The Little Princess and the Field of Crying Flowers. Once upon a time, in the sparkling kingdom of Lullabelle, there lived a gentle and curious little princess named Bella. She was 4 years old, had curly golden hair that bounced when she giggled, and wore a crown that glittered like morning dew. But most special of all was her heart so kind it could feel the tiniest whisper of sadness in the breeze. One morning, Princess Bella woke up to a strange sound coming through her open window. Sniff, sniff, hiccup, sniff. It wasn't the birds. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't her stuffed unicorn, Fluffy, either. Bella rubbed her eyes and sat up in bed.
Who's crying?
She tiptoed past her sleepy nanny, put on her pink gumboots, and stepped outside. The sky was sunny, and the butterflies fluttered around as usual. But the sound continued. Sniffle, sniffle, wah! Bella followed the sound past the rose garden, past the raspberry pond, and all the way to the edge of the enchanted woods. There, hidden behind a curtain of silver vines, lay a secret meadow she had never seen before. It was filled with thousands and thousands of tiny flowers. But these weren't ordinary flowers, they were crying. Real, watery tears rolled down their soft petals and soaked the earth below.
Oh no! Why are you all so sad?
The flowers hiccuped and trembled. One little blue blossom looked up at her with dewy eyes. We're crying flowers, it said with a tiny voice. We only bloom when the sky is clear and someone listens to our sadness. Bella knelt down carefully.
But why are you crying so much today?
A purple daisy sniffled. Because no one has visited us for so long. People don't like tears. They only pick the cheerful flowers. But we cry for all the feelings that others hide. The lonely ones, the tired ones, the afraid ones. Bella's heart squeezed tightly. She remembered the time she cried when her kitten, Mooncake, got lost for a day, or when she had to say goodbye to her grandma after a visit, and the big tears she had when she didn't know how to say why she was sad.
I cry sometimes too, even when I don't know why,
she said quietly. The flowers stopped sobbing for a moment. You do? Bella nodded.
Everyone cries, even princesses.
A shy sunflower leaned forward. Would you stay a little while and talk with us, just until our petals stopped shaking? So Bella did. She sat cross-legged among the flowers and told them stories about her favorite rainbow soup, how she tripped in front of the royal goose, and the day she got too scared to sing at the spring concert and ran off stage. The flowers sniffled and giggled. That's just like us, they said. One by one, their petals began to uncurl, revealing tiny, glowing hearts in the center of each bloom. See, said the blue blossom, when someone listens with kindness, our hearts start to shine. But just then, a gust of wind blew through the meadow. The petals trembled again, and the sky turned cloudy.
What's wrong now?
Asked Bella. The crying started once more, louder this time. It's Queen Marigold, whispered a pink tulip. She used to visit us when she was a little girl, just like you, but she hasn't come in years. We think maybe she forgot how to cry. Bella blinked.
My mommy? My mommy used to visit you?
Yes, the flowers nodded. She used to sing lullabies and bury tiny wishes in the soil, but when she became queen, she started hiding her tears. Bella thought for a long time. Then she stood up and said firmly,
I'll bring her here. I'll help her remember.
So she ran all the way back to the castle, past the raspberry pond, past the rose garden, up the tower steps, and into the throne room. Queen Marigold was sitting with a big scroll and a serious look on her face.
Mama!
Bella cried, running over.
me, please. There's something you need to see.
Darling, I'm very busy.
the queen began. But then she saw Bella's wide eyes and her mud-splattered gown, and she sighed.
All right, just for a moment.
Bella led her mother by the hand all the way back to the hidden field behind the silver vines. As soon as Queen Marigold stepped into the field, the flowers all gasped. The crying paused. "She's back," they whispered. The queen stood still.
Oh my, I remember this place.
A little red flower near her feet whispered, "Do you still remember your lullaby?" Bella looked up.
Mama, did you really sing to them?
Queen Marigold's eyes grew misty.
I did. When I was little and scared of the dark, I would come here. The flowers would cry with me until I felt better.
The blue blossom asked softly, "Do you still cry, Your Majesty?" The queen knelt down.
Not in a long time. I thought I had to be strong all the time. But maybe I forgot that crying is part of being strong too.
Then she did something surprising. Queen Marigold took a deep breath and a single tear rolled down her cheek. It dropped onto the flower bed. And suddenly, whoosh! The crying stopped. The field shimmered with color. The flowers straightened their stems. Their petals sparkled like tiny rainbows, and soft music filled the air.
What's happening?
Bella gasped. "We've bloomed," said the flowers. "Real bloom, because your tears were true." Bella twirled in joy.
You're not just crying flowers anymore. You're magical bloomers.
The queen laughed through her tears.
And you, my brave little princess, reminded me that it's okay to cry. Even grown-ups need a place to feel.
From that day on, the field of crying flowers was no longer a secret. Princess Bella and Queen Marigold built a tiny garden path so others could visit. Sometimes people came to smile, and sometimes they came to cry. But every time, the flowers listened. And as for Princess Bella, she became known across the kingdom as the listener of the meadow, the one who could make even the saddest flower smile again. She still cried sometimes, but she also laughed and danced and whispered secrets to her garden of friends, because she knew something very important. Tears are not weakness. They are part of being wonderfully, beautifully human.